You got me too high. That was a bad idea.
No such thing. There's only one way to talk about love, Simon.
Oh, true. You got to be fucked
and
up.
that's Blaze.
Dude, me?
Fucking love Diamond.
Who the fuck is this?
Love gaming.
Okay, cool. Yeah, she said I could come over later. Okay, cool. Got all the time in the world.
More like love Hyman. Like,
Yeah.
oh, wait, hold on.
I'm gonna go take this girl's virginity. Hell yeah.
No. I meant like high, like a high man. Like
I do
high.
love Hyman.
Oh, I thought you meant like you
I know.
love
Hyman.
popping cherries, dude.
How many? Come on. How many?
Cherry popping Dom.
That's what they called me
I got
before
one
the
huge
the accident.
secret. I have a pussy.
I've just got one huge ass secret. Who am I? You sure you want to know? The story of my life is not for the faint of heart. If someone was to tell you it was just your average, ordinary tale.
I like how he starts it. He's like, "Yeah, I'm just an average guy. My life's perfect. You know how
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
else is. You know how average Americans are.
No. The line specifically is, "I'm just like you." I'm like, motherfucker, no, you are not.
You're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are not like me.
My dad's the quarterback. He didn't peak in high school though. It's like, no, that's not normal.
No,
That's not how it
My
usually
dad's a
happens.
failed musician.
My dad's gay.
Next.
So we,
it's
yeah,
so
we
He's kind of like
pretty
your dad.
different. Yeah, a
Wires
little bit
got
of a
crossed somewhere.
flipped situation, honestly.
Yeah, it's
Remember the day my dad on Christmas Day? It's Dom. I have something to tell you. I'm
You got
gay.
him a Cuisinart too, which is
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, it was weird. It's the
It's
same
like-
shit. Yeah. I was like, Dad, I know. I'm 12. You've been gay forever.
You've been gay forever.
I've been here for it.
hey, I guess we saw this is reasonable beef.
Is it?
That's where we go.
That really threw you off. Me asking you if it actually was.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Is it fucking
no, that's
beef?
where the cut. That's a cut is going to be.
Have I talked about? I don't know. Maybe this is a thing that should not be out on the internet. But the one time I got higher than I've ever been in my life, it was a complete accident. I didn't realize what was going on until I walked in and I was at a movie and I had to like talk to people to get my snacks.
Right.
And I had that thing where I was waiting in line and I was like, I remember how to talk. Like I know what talking feels like. So if I just do what I remember that feels like, it'll come out and it'll be fine. And I was like, there's a Reese's. And then I got my stuff. I got the popcorn.
Hello, Reese's.
And
Hello, Reese's.
Ryan, I was with a friend.
Ryan Seacrest. Yeah.
Ryan Seacrest, he's fucking weird. And he looked at me and he went, you good? And I went, yeah. But then as soon as I said, yeah, him saying you good kept echoing through my skull. Like, and I started to be like, it was just like, you good?
Ron
Oh
Howard.
my
And I was
God.
like,
He was not.
I don't know if I am
This
good.
is
No, I'm
like-
not good anymore. And then I was sitting in the movie eating the popcorn like it was my one tether to our realm. Like I was like, if I just keep eating popcorn, I remember what that feels like. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
What movie was it?
Yeah,
It was
same-
something
yeah.
at the New
Oh,
Bev.
Love, Simon.
It was these it was these old Hercules movies that were playing at the New Bev. And then it opened up and these Hercules cartoons started playing and that shit ended my life. I was fine once that started happening because then I was like,
good ended.
Oh yeah, it was
Okay, I
all.
was
It
like-
was the worst. I was crying. I was crying laughing because he had a fucking centaur friend named Newton. And that just at that moment in time was the funniest thing anyone could have said.
It's a satyr. Is he a centaur or a satyr? Satyrs like the little guy.
He
little
was a
goat
satyr.
guys.
He was a goat one.
Dude, can you believe? How the fuck has Danny DeVito never played a satyr?
Wait,
at
isn't
any
it,
point.
Isn't a satyr like a Jewish party or
What are
something?
you talking about?
What are you talking?
No, what are
No?
you talking about? Danny DeVito's never played a
No,
satyr.
like an actual satyr in real life.
What's a satyr? I don't
It's
know.
the half goat, half man one.
Oh, but isn't
What
there,
are you talking about? There's satyrs.
is that a Jewish thing?
yeah, it's like Seder dinner. Say Seder dinner.
Yeah, Jewish
Yeah.
party.
No, it's not. It's not just it's not a Jewish party.
Yeah, Jew party. Satyrs.
That's what it is. Hold on.
Party whenever we get together. It's a,
Also, Danny DeVito is literally the voice of the satyr character in Hercules.
Oh, that's true.
Your brain was like, I know there's a connection here somewhere.
Yeah.
Has he ever played a
Yeah.
satyr?
Wouldn't it be weird? What the fuck
Funny
are
how
we
shit
doing?
just gets deleted.
Yeah.
I want to go back to this. Was that it is a party, right?
Yeah, Seder dinner. I think it's
Aren't you Jewish?
I am not. I'm apparently not very well.
Oh, I thought, okay.
I've been to Seder dinners. Yeah.
Yeah.
How were
See, look, I'm yeah.
Super scary. I'd never seen a half man, half goat before. It was very scary.
Sure.
You have to sit and be very still. Leave the window open. He comes in, he eats the bread and leaves.
You all reacted in a way that scared me. Like, did I say something bad about Jews? Like,
No.
got so scared. I was like, is a Seder like not a thing?
No, it's okay.
I mean, it's not a Jew party, so
I mean, that for sure is not true. Yeah, I was actually raised Catholic. Weirdly enough, I just like my dad's side of the family is Jewish, my mom's side of the family is Catholic, so I identify.
Oh well, to be Jewish, doesn't your mom need to be Jewish?
Hey, fuck you, man.
Oh no, I don't know.
Hey, who here thought that a Seder was a Jew party?
I don't know how to spell it.
No,
I just want to make sure that we don't need to define it. I just want to make sure I didn't say like the N-word of Jews. You know what I mean?
No, definitely not.
No, I think we all know what the N-word of Jews is.
Yeah.
I think like every letter was different, so I think you're okay.
Good
except
point.
that there's one.
There's
the same. There's an E.
Cool. glad on this movie of tolerance and of being who you are. And
I mean, Simon could have been an anti-Semite. We don't know.
That's true.
Well, no, he didn't.
Except I got one.
He definitely wasn't because the love interest was Jewish.
Oh yeah, that's right. But we didn't see what happened afterward. He was like, we're gonna get some kisses in, and then I'm out of here.
On the Ferris wheel, he did say, "You're Jewish."
Yeah.
And then Bram was like, "Is that a problem?" And then did he answer?
I don't know.
I don't know if he answered. He just kind of kissed him.
It's not a problem. It's a solution.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking hard grin.
Welcome to none of what will be reasonable beef. Welcome to nothing that's in this episode.
Yeah, we had fun here. We saw Love, Simon.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, I mean, I guess not weirdly enough. It is weird that like 3 mid-20s men saw this teenage love comedy.
Shouldn't be.
Why not though? It is kind of weird.
Everyone in it is mid-20. Like they are not.
Yeah, Simon, that's his fucking 30. He's got 2 kids.
Yeah.
All right?
He's 27 years old.
Wait, who is?
Yeah, I watched The Flash. I was like, he's like an old man. He's my age.
Wait, who's 27? What character does he play?
Bram, the love interest.
Oh yes.
Well, spoiler alert.
He's Wally West.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's spoilers here.
Oh God, he is Wily West.
Wily West. That was my old West nickname.
Wily West. Yeah. So, goddamn, this movie's connections to the CW and the Arrowverse are astounding. So I guess I'll right off the top. It's directed by Greg Berlanti, who did a lot of the Arrowverse, I guess, world building. Directed a bunch of the episodes.
I don't know exactly his involvement. I just know.
I know he directed and screenwrote the Green Lantern film, the big 2011 bomb. And he is directing and screenwriting the Booster Gold movie for DC. Also very weird. Why
is there a Booster Gold movie?
I guess just
I've never known anything
that
about
is
him.
Not like a.
Well, I guess that's the thing. Like, I guess if they figure they can make Deadpool a thing, they can make Booster Gold a thing.
Deadpool made more sense.
Yeah, well, whatever.
But Deadpool's like
Booster Gold's like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
What in the DC business plan has made sense thus far?
Good ass point. They are making a fucking Black Adam movie, so who knows?
Yeah. And this is directed by or screenwritten by this duo. They show run. This is Us. They're the two.
Is it Fogelman?
No.
Okay. Well, that's
you're gonna go out on a possibly vaguely anti-Semitic limb here by just like pitching Jewish last names. No. It's just like, is it Vogelman? Is it Edelman?
No, you made that a thing.
Dan Seder?
Dan Fogelman. Dan Fogelman is the fucking creator of whatchamacallit, of This Is Us.
Right. No, these are the show writers. It was it's Isaac Aptaker and Elizabeth Berger.
I don't know them.
And they
I do love burgers.
Yes, me too. So I'm already
big into burgers.
I'm already on board. So it's connected to another really famous heartstrings emotional drama. I mean, This Is Us is doing very well.
Yes.
I've never seen it once.
It's good. Watch the pilot. Watch the pilot and stop.
Everyone tweets like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill myself this last episode." Like,
no,
I don't
dude,
fucking watch that shit.
I'm not joking to you that
I don't notice that you didn't mention This Is Us in that story.
I'm always just seeing people
like, I'm
tweet.
gonna fucking kill my hate. So I don't think I should watch This Is Us.
I don't want to watch that show. That's true, dude. That show is, I've said it before, but it is borderline mean. Like, it sometimes will do stuff where it's like, yeah, we know you're really sad about that, but also guess what? This fucking guy's dead now too. And guess what?
Jesus, what? It's like about like generations. That's what it's. Watch it.
Basically. I'm not joking in that I say watch. You can watch the pilot of this show and stop, and it be a full meal.
Sure.
You can watch because the pilot.
It's kind of like Mad Men, actually.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, seriously, it's
I mean,
same
that
thing.
is what a good pilot probably should be, right? Like
I guess, yeah,
like a complete thing,
invite you
but
to
can
dig
go
in a little,
further,
but
yeah.
I mean, that was one of those ones.
Is
where,
there anything supernatural to it?
No.
Well, then I'm out.
Only how sad
Welcome to
you'll
my
be.
world, but that's usually my.
I'm glad you have the same rule for
No,
television
it's true.
I do.
Oh, it's a divorce drama. Yeah, where's the magic book?
Who gives a shit?
Who's got powers?
I at least the way everyone was talking about it, I figured it was like maybe like magical realism or something at least, you know, because everyone's like, oh, you know,
but
There's too many shows about powerful women and not enough shows about powerful women.
yeah,
what I'm
give
saying.
women powers.
yeah, I
That's
want
what,
some powers, dude.
that's,
I'm really
you know.
about powers.
How fucking I would love just like a single New York drama, but she is super strong. Like that's the only
I mean,
hook.
Jessica
Like,
Jones.
yeah, well, no,
Nah,
Jessica Jones is
but-
too dramatic. I mean, I want to see a She-Hulk television show where like she's a career woman. It's mostly about like her life, but she just happens to turn green and be like one of the strongest beings on earth.
isn't She-Hulk like always green though?
No, not always. I get in the comics they show her like that sometimes.
Yeah,
I
I
guess she's
thought
just
she
kind of
was-
out about her.
I thought she
true
was always
form.
green.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I thought. So.
Point
Speaking of
being,
being
we
out-
saw Love.
We saw Love, Simon. Came out this year, and this is us, of course, being a heartstrings drama. This is kind of a feel-good, lovey teen ass movie.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for better or worse. And I mean, I'm usually, and I was pretty on board. I'll just like say up front, like this is one of those movies where it's so pure. The intentions are so sweet and pure
Mhm.
and positive that it's hard to like really ever get too angry about it or
Yeah,
like
I
or dig
agree.
into it too much because it's like it's just up to such a nice thing. It's hard to
It's the way I described it to my coworkers is like it's a gay Disney Channel movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Like
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what it is.
Oh, it's a
Which-
gayer Disney Channel movie.
Yeah, yeah,
Slightly.
It's homo xenon.
Yes.
So,
a little less gay than the channel movie.
but fucking I was saying that I was mentioning this earlier, but like the joke that there's a joke in this movie that I'm like, how the like what? That's kind of out of nowhere, like a Fairly Brothers joke almost. But they're in the cafeteria and like the mixed kid. I'm black, I could say that by the way. The mixed kid like says to Simon, they're talking about something. They're like, oh, they're talking about hooking up with Abby or whatever. I forgot her name.
right.
And then the mixed kid's like, hey man, actually I got this thing called a pocket pussy, and then like they just
Oh,
cut
yeah.
away.
It cuts
And
yeah
I'm
before
like,
he finishes
what
it.
the fuck?
Yeah.
That was really funny.
Yeah.
That was so fucking funny, dude.
A well-placed PG-13 fuck as well. They saved it for a very appropriate
Yes,
moment when he
they
said, "Get the
did.
fuck
No.
away from." I felt it. I was like,
agree.
"Yeah, get the fuck away
I
from me."
definitely felt that. I wanted him to punch him.
Yeah, I was surprised there wasn't.
What a supremely unlikable character in Martin.
I know,
Oh, man.
man.
It
It was
was-
a bummer.
That hurt because like I feel like I had like a year of Martin, you know, in
Yeah.
my life. Like,
Yeah, well,
Oh,
but
well, that's why we hate him so much.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, shut the fuck up, you fucking.
yeah,
I hate you.
I did not like his scene in the fucking Waffle House trying to get her to say,
Yeah.
I deserve a superhero or whatever. That felt fucking weird.
Yeah.
Well, it felt weird that the screenwriter was like, "This is good. No, we're going along." Like,
Yeah.
I don't. How did she? I thought it was weird that they were trying to make us like him a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what is the point of? He's an outright villain. Like,
It
I don't
doesn't-
know.
it-
And he
does-
somehow tricked the girl into thinking that he was funny. Like I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't understand how that worked.
Yeah.
I guess it's just like
Well, there's a lot of this this suffers, and again, it's for better or worse. This is a CW movie.
Yeah,
like
100%.
and it was killing me in the dialogue in the beginning of this. My eyes were rolling out the back of my
the
head.
music
Like-
choices were truly destroying.
It was just sort of
me.
like the way they were taught. It's always for me, especially with these high school things. I understand you're watching a movie, and I understand that inherently it's heightened language.
Right.
People don't always talk like that, but you're getting points across. You're getting thematic material out there just to do it, right?
Right.
Every movie does it, but sometimes when you have your teenagers, what is she sits in the car and she's like, "You're like this philosopher mixed with this historian or whatever," and I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
stop.
I wish you could remember the line, but I know exactly what you're talking
I
about.
never
agree.
like that stuff because no one, even if especially someone in high school, even if you knew that shit, you wouldn't say
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
But also, like,
Right.
I feel like that group of, like, if you're in high school, you maybe want to sound smarter than you are.
Yeah,
That
maybe.
kind of
Oh,
person
absolutely.
does say that kind of thing.
I guess that's-
speaking as having been that person.
But that's fair in if you're making that, but it's again feeling the hands behind the movie.
Right.
That wasn't like, look at
yeah.
these high schoolers who think that they're more mature than they are. It was like,
But I almost did
that-
feel like they were trying to be, because like
I know those
the
high schoolers.
extent that they were like mentioning iced coffee, that is
Yeah.
like
We're
that
gonna
took
get
me.
coffees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like,
Fuck
oh
you.
no, you're trying to be a 23-year-old. Like that is
Bruh.
what I
And-
kind
but
of
it-
picked
and that's
up
what
from
teens.
that.
Isn't that
That's
what teens do?
Yeah,
They
all
definitely
right,
do. That.
okay,
Like,
wait, you're swinging me around here.
I
Okay.
kind of got that.
Like I don't, what I think it is them writing to appeal to those teens, not necessarily being an accurate reflection of how those teens really are,
Exactly.
but being a reflection of how the teens that this movie is for want to be. I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Because
That's
here's these
fair.
actually
Okay.
mature, and like you see these characters that are presented like these are people your age, but they're really not. They're like in
Right.
some cases got a decade on you, so they
Mm-hmm.
look so mature and cool, and
Yeah,
you know, like
that's fascinating.
That is the angle.
It's marketing, man. It's like when you look at, someone pointed out once, like action figure and like toy commercials are usually kids. The kids playing with
Yeah,
them
3 or 4
are
years
like
older.
older kids. They're like teenagers
yeah.
playing with the cars and shit. Because when you're,
because older kids are cool.
yeah,
Right.
they're
Like-
fucking older kids are
Yeah.
super cool.
That's very true.
You think 16-year-olds are playing Yu-Gi-Oh? No, man. They're fucking.
Well,
hold on a
some
second,
of them
Tim.
were. I mean, I don't know. Maybe
No,
like
wait,
not those
couple
ones.
of them.
I'm getting this out in the open. And this is to sing your praises for a
done
second.
this.
Tim, have I said this on
Yeah,
Beef?
you've said this on Beef before about the Yu-Gi-Oh game.
We've done too many of these. We need to stop.
Yeah, you just need
'Cause-
better stories.
No, I just don't remember
Did you
anymore.
two play Yu-Gi-Oh?
Wait, let me just
Yeah,
say,
in
I brought it
senior
back
year
in
of high school, Tim like fucking like a sickness spread Yu-Gi-Oh through our school.
Yeah.
He sat down and he was a nerd. It was this loser thing at first. People were walking past the table being like, "The fuck are you doing playing Yu-Gi-Oh?" And by the end of that senior year of high school, you could throw a pencil and hit someone else playing
Wait,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
like
were
20,
you?
25
What
kids
was? What
playing
were you in
Yu-Gi-Oh.
high school? Were you cool?
Weirdly
He was
enough,
kinda
because
cool.
like
'Cause if a
because he
cool
was
kid does
YouTube famous,
anything,
because
it's-
he was YouTube
oh.
famous and I was his best
No.
friend, so it was like I guess just by default we became like there was no universe in when we should have been the cool kids in high school, but against all odds.
See, I think you had a
We
better
were.
rep though than I did.
What do you mean?
I think you had the thing going for you where you were smart. You like knew lots of things that nobody else knew, and then all of a sudden you would do a fucking thing that everyone else started to do. That wasn't the first time. This Yu-Gi-Oh thing was not like a exclusive Tim Kish event. Like that had happened before, and I think people didn't like me. I think people were annoyed that because I know I was like a fucking bull in a china shop sometime where I just was like tunnel vision. We were making bullshit every weekend, and I didn't think very far out of that parameter.
Nah, you're stupid. We'll talk about this
What were you?
later.
What was your high school thing? Who were you?
Me, I went to a really small high school, a really small private high school. So I was like very much a nerd, but I was funny. So
people liked
liked me.
Yeah.
It works out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I do want to say this. I have a young cousin. She'll never listen to this. But she recently went to Prague and she went to see Kafka's grave. And she said like it was a perfectly Kafkaesque day. And it made me so mad. Because that's not what Kafkaesque
Yeah, it doesn't
means.
even like
At all. It's like a like unless you're like wow, it's Kafka's grave, and then you were wrongfully arrested for a crime you didn't commit. Like that's the only way it could be a Kafkaesque day. But my point is that is the way that like teens and young
All right,
adults
that's fair.
like they just kind of take shots in the dark.
So
on
wait,
these, like
yeah.
smart
you're telling me when I was rolling my eyes that was on purpose?
Oh yeah, no.
Because if that's what you're telling me, then it's spot on.
The music choices. I do want to talk about the music choices because there's a scene at the very beginning of the movie. The first song that ever plays, he like scrolls through his iPod and he puts on a song by Bleachers.
and then it comes up, music director Jack Antonoff.
Jack Antonoff.
I saw that. I was like, are you kidding
what
me,
the
Jack?
fuck?
Yeah, that's so fucking
What
lame.
a fucking dickball move! Like,
I know.
That's probably not his decision. I would imagine.
Oh, I don't think there's a version of you shooting a movie where you do a fucking punch in on the phone and show what song he's putting on. If that wasn't somewhere,
That has to be
in
his decision.
someone's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get no. But what I'm talking about is his name appearing on the screen
That
at
had
the
to be his
same
decision.
time.
I mean,
Maybe, yeah.
I hate to think that anyone in this world would
Sure.
want that, but I mean, how
Yeah.
can that not be intentional? You know?
Jack Antonoff is becoming increasingly a part of just like I guess stuff in general. Like he's just got such like a fucking huge discography under his belt now. Just
He was
producing
in
for everybody.
Fun, right?
Yeah, he was the
so he
guitarist
was
for Fun.
Tonight, we
Yeah.
are okay.
Oh wow! I
And then
did you say
after
we
that-
are gay. Is that what you just
What?
said? Did you just
Tonight.
we are gay.
I was going to another word. I guess that tonight we're gay though, but
Oh yeah.
fucking But I knew that song, and then I guess he was in this big band Bleachers, but I only know him
It's
from
his
Comedy
solo
Bang
project.
Bang appearances. I didn't know who he was other than that.
yeah.
He just is
Gotcha.
on Comedy Bang Bang a bunch or
No,
something
I
at the
think
time.
he went to some kind of like special school, like private school when he was younger for like student actors or performers or whatever. So he's one of these like groomed guys. But I don't think he ever popped off because I know Nate Roos, who is the lead singer for Fun, used to be in this band called The Format, which was like a total like teen girl 2007 2008 band. And
I liked Fun.
I'm done. I'm going too fucking deep
I
with
liked
this nerdy
I liked
shit.
early Fun. I liked when they were all weird and
Yeah.
twee as hell.
I only know that one, so I didn't know they had other songs.
Yeah, there's like an old. It's not the first album or whatever. That's the ones that are like.
Yeah, that was when Fueled by Ramen, like I guess Fueled by Ramen was kind of developing their sound at that point.
They were on Fueled by Ramen?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they ran on that label for the
Man.
first record.
Are they still around?
Maybe because
I mean, I guess, yeah, Panic at the Disco is still
yeah, Panic at the
making
Disco
music
still
and
makes
stuff.
fucking. Speaking of Panic, so we'll talk about Panic at the Disco.
Oh,
for,
God.
for years,
Fucking Brandon
our
Urie.
friend of the show, Jacob.
Yes.
You guys may know him.
You probably know him. I get
He's-
people fucking.
yes, internet pretty
commenting.
boy. His profile is growing. His clout score is huge. He can afford all kinds of chicken. McDonald's. It's a
on.
clout joke. You guys remember clout? Whatever.
Dude, what the
Um,
fuck are you talking
He's
about?
been trying to convince me for years that teens still like Panic at the Disco. Never believed him.
And
I
then-
believe that he
No,
loved Panic
my
at the
little
Disco.
sister told me they
They
do.
still do.
Yeah.
What happened to culture? Was there some kind of like time freeze in 2007
Yeah.
where it's just like, oh, kids will only like this from now on?
Dude, okay, I have a job where I have to like recommend bands sometimes. So I asked and I had to do something for like Gen Z or whatever. And then so I asked my sister, I was like, she's 19. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what's going on in there? And she's like, yeah, Panic at the Disco, Sierra, Cardi. I'm
Halsey.
like, are you kidding me? Like,
Wow.
these are people I listen like.
Yeah.
There has to be some kind of update here. Like, don't just give me these names. Like,
There is an update on pop music, but like I feel like rock and roll music really did bottom the fuck out. Like
Yeah.
anything that maybe Fall Out Boy, people still listen to Fall Out Boy.
well, yeah, I mean, I feel like rock now, like there's only so many things you could have done with a guitar, with two guitars, a bass, and a drum. So now it's all electronic, like pop shit.
Yeah.
Like rock, like Chainsmokers are rock. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
not, but that's like white music.
I see what you
For
mean.
lack of a better word.
Yeah.
There's
My big move is I'm bringing orchestras back, baby. Big ass
Big
orchestras.
band.
Yo, for real? I'll
In-
make a
in rock and
prediction
roll.
now. I'm making a prediction now. Within 10 years, ska revival. I'm fucking telling you. I'm
No, yeah, I
fucking
can see that. That makes
telling
sense.
you. It's gonna be an urban ska revival too. So it's gonna like come from like instead of like it's gonna be fused with hip hop. That is my feeling.
I see
Oh,
that.
I liked everything you just
I
said.
mean, hip hop's going through like its punk goth emo thing right now, or that's ending kind of. But so
We're gonna
Yeah,
get cool shit.
I
They're gonna
definitely see
discover horns.
oh, God.
Actual hip, because like horns have a very deep history in hip hop, but only shitty synth horns.
Well,
There's
well,
never,
there's
like-
sample horns too. Like horns had like a huge sample.
I want to
period.
hear dur, 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 but I want to hear that done on a trombone, like with a full orchestra, like John Williams.
Well, Migos did a thing with like some orchestra.
Oh,
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It was like a big thing. Like they rapped over like
Mm.
an orchestra.
Oh,
they did
tell
like
me this song.
Versace.
Give me that.
No, yeah.
they spoke over an orchestra. I can't get on board with Migos just because they're fucking no lyrics, just like absolutely,
No, what are you talking about?
I don't know, I'm
absolutely
off.
fucking garbage.
Are you kidding me?
We'll
I mean,
discuss.
I'm not
This is
even like a
awesome.
big Migos fan, but like they're really good lyricists.
We'll discuss.
yeah,
discuss.
well, that's
we have a
different
gay movie to
episode.
talk
wanna-
about.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to talk about Migos in the gay movie because they are out and out homophobes.
Here's something I
No,
want
no,
to bring
love-
up.
I love gay people. I just said I don't fuck with gay men. Like I don't mess with them.
Yeah.
Like, when I see them on the street, I just say,
I
hey,
leave
buddy.
them alone. I let
That's
them
another
live their
thing. Their
lives.
apologies are so weird because
Yeah.
it'll be like, so you said you don't fuck with gay people. It's like, no, that's not what I meant. What I meant is I hate gay people. What the fuck are you talking? That's not the fucking thing. Ugh.
Don't misunderstand.
I liked in this movie how every time he thought someone was the one, they were 90% gayer acting
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
when
The
and
previous
it was like
one, is it this one?
he would be like, they'd be like, okay, Simon, we'll see you later. And then it was
Yeah.
like they'd turn the corner, kiss their girlfriend, and then he would walk around the corner. They'd be like, yo, what are you fucking doing? Get away from me. Like, what the hell, man?
It's true. They were
just-
playing up the eye catches and smiles
on
while-
purpose because
Right.
it was his perspective. That was actually something I really dug about it as far as like filmmakery shit of like that movie was very much tinted by how he was feeling. Like
Right.
the stuff we were looking at and the stuff that we paid attention to were because of like
I like how the voice of the letters changed per person that he.
That's
thought
that's what I mean too.
Yeah.
Like I think
He's
that
like
was
trying
really,
to slot it in. Like it is an interesting. It is also kind of funny when you think about it. Where he's like, "Yeah, I could fuck them, sure. That
Yeah.
person too.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? If this guy, third string, but yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I feel like he's got to get off his fucking high
I
horse. too.
kind of thought it was the choir kid for like the whole time.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I was like, I mean, everyone. I guess that's kind of because he was.
Because
of
my
how he
man has
looks.
frosted tips
Yeah.
in 2018.
Yeah, because he's like, I'm going to the cabin with my dad or whatever. But also, like another fun thing in the movie that I don't think they really touched on is like that kid just also could be gay too.
Yeah,
Like,
it just wasn't him.
yeah, it just wasn't. He just didn't want to fuck Simon.
That's what I was also thinking. I was like, oh, there's a version of this movie ending where he never finds out who it was, but like finds another
Right.
another fucking dude that he likes and that likes him, and then
Yeah.
that be a perfectly fine
Yeah,
ending. Like
that would have been a great.
I kind of
ending,
thought that
actually.
was gonna happen,
Sure.
where it was gonna be like he thought it was them, and they're like, oh no, I'm not the person who did the letter.
It's interesting because
Or, I mean the email.
So right now this has a 92 on Rotten Tomatoes, which I'm blown away by. But like it does make sense when you think about the CW-ness of it. Where like most things in the CW are 6 out of 10 kind of things. Like they are just so into being what they are that it is hard to kind of dunk on them and trash them a little bit.
yeah,
So that explains the score perfectly. Because like if enough people are going, it's pretty good, it's gonna drive that way
Fun
up.
fact: I don't watch the CW. I don't have television. I'm pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
Neither do any of us. We're pretty
I'm-
broke.
Yeah. I'm dating this girl and she watches a bunch of CW shit.
Mhm.
And she watches Riverdale.
Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah,
And
let's
there's
talk about this.
There's a plot line in Riverdale where they go to see Love Simon.
Yes,
Like
because Greg Berlanti.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I guess did you guys read Archie comics growing up?
Dude, that
Not
rules.
really.
I was a huge Archie. I had like hundreds of Archie comics
Sick.
for some reason.
They
Really
went to
weird.
see Love Simon?
Check it out. Moose is like the jock
Yes.
in Archie comics, and I haven't seen the Riverdale show.
Sure.
But he's like a closeted bisexual in Riverdale, and
Yeah.
he's like the plot is him going to see Love Simon. It's really weird.
And well, and they
That's awesome. That's like in He-Man when they're like, buy Captain Crunch cereal, like where they're just cross promoting shit. That rules.
Scooby Doo
Yeah.
meets the Harlem
Yes,
Globetrotters. We'll be touring to your city now.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense because
I know. I just was saying
only
another
be if
thing.
the same person that created the Harlem Globetrotters also
Created
was like, you know
Scooby-Doo.
what? I got another idea.
You didn't know Hanna-Barbera? He's the fucking dude. He did the Harlem Globetrotters. I almost started whistling the Andy Griffith theme song instead of the
Yeah.
Harlem Globetrotters one.
Oh, that'd be awesome if they did it to that.
What's the fucking Harlem Globetrotters one?
Fucking. Yeah, there you go.
It's the same
There you
shit.
What were we gonna say? We were talking to a little bit, because you had seen it a few days ago before I'd seen it, and you were starting to talk about the issue of that. It is 2018, and typically I would, in some high school somewhere, it feels like there's a perception shift, and if a kid came out as gay, there wouldn't be like this fucking brutal,
Right.
crusade or anything. It would just sort of be like, yeah, whatever, he's gay.
Well,
So
I think
was-
specifically because I think that just to that point, sorry to interrupt you. I'll let you get back to this, but I do just want to say that I think this movie goes through great pains to establish a safe box for him to come out in.
Yeah.
They let you as the audience know, like, hey, nobody's gonna fucking like try to kill him, like straight,
Yeah.
like straight up, because they do address that, and I can't tell you how good that is, like how
Yeah.
important of a perspective that is, because the whole movie could seem way more intense to a lot more, like it could be
Yeah.
a very different experience to a lot of different people if they didn't set that bar for everyone, like
I was saying this in a good way, like, because that's basically what you were talking about, how like someone who hadn't seen, I forget who we were hanging out with, was like, why is this like what it wouldn't
Sure.
necessarily matter, but the movie literally makes that point of like, even like it's one of the first things he
Yeah.
like say, like literally,
He's like, I know my mom would be cool with
yeah,
it.
my family's
it's
gonna be
all
fine.
about the mental block and
My
not
friends-
about like the
And-
physical
and
danger, which
that
is
was
smart.
something I fucking love. And these are those things we were sort of talking about a couple weeks ago, of like these things that are just a slightly different perspective that I'm still able to full blast empathize with and get on board with, and I'm like, fuck, dude, yeah, like I get like that feeling, because when they made it less like of a sexual preference thing and more of a identity thing in the way that you think about yourself, and
Right.
you know, who finding out something about yourself that you didn't think was true or whatever, like, or doesn't quite line up with how you've been already, like that stuff. I'm like, fuck, that stuff always gets me, and I think that I find that like a big fucking win in the movie's case here.
I'll tell you what, great dad scene in this movie. Oh
Yeah.
my
Sure.
god, that's
Yeah,
where it
dude.
got me.
Cried.
Oh,
yeah.
of course I cried.
Right.
Dude,
Okay.
Eddie. I mean,
Oh,
we
I
talk
forgot.
about
Yeah,
this.
you love dad stuff.
Yeah, and I love my dad, so it's not like I
Dude,
lost
sure.
him, but like
And-
any dad fucking shit.
And a hug.
Oh my god, the dad cries.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, this had a great dad scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Also, I like that,
Dylan
and
McDermott.
this is to your point that he wasn't like a homophobe. He was just
Right.
homophobic.
right.
He just was like ignorant, you know?
Right.
Sure.
So yeah, it was that kind of like, hey, you think you're accepting, but like you're kind of hurting his feelings. And it just was like
Right.
the subtle digs. And I like that he had his chance to be like, I'm so fucking, I did not,
Sure.
you know?
Well, the
Yeah.
thing that brought me to tears is because like when he talks about him, when he talks to him in the, and like I feel so silly saying that this will bring you to tears because it's so like I guess exploitative, but that in the way that the CW is though, right? Where it hits all these
I don't-
familiar notes.
I mean, I guess it was, but
no,
I don't
mean
feel
negatively.
like it was.
I don't mean
exploitative, 'cause,
negatively.
like,
I mean it just hits like all those
Yeah.
familiar notes of a drama that it's just like okay. Because of the thing that connected it for me was at the Christmas scene where he does tell them that he's gay. When the dad like makes that joke and then gets up and walks away. It's like,
Yeah.
oh Jesus Christ! And then you connect it when he's at the on the driveway when he left because he was ashamed of like that he had said those
Yes.
things and that
Yeah.
like he felt bad for his son, not because he's like had to process it for a second, like you
Yeah.
know, which would be understandable. But like then you get that his dad is a great dude, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
That was also a good like family weirdness scene too, because it wasn't
Yeah.
a fight or it wasn't like a crazy whatever. It was, and just the fact that he immediately was like trying to act normal and be
Yeah.
like, just here, I got this present for you, and like gives his sister the gift and all. Like I was like, oh, that's that real shit.
That's
like,
kind of why I hesitate to say this movie's like exploitative. And it is, but like, because I feel like exploitative is like, if it was like this big, like, you don't fucking know me, you fuck. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like that is more like how I view exploit. Like, but whereas I think this is like the realist. I mean, obviously everyone's queer experience is different, but I feel like the realistic could have been for that kid in this movie. You know what I mean?
Sure.
yeah,
I guess, and you know there is a in the director Greg Berlanti's gay, I believe.
I'm not sure.
He's a gay man.
He's a gay mean. He's
yeah,
mean.
he's a gay meme.
He's a gay meme.
He's the Patrick meme.
That's him,
Damn it,
dude.
Greg Berlanti.
Fucking
Sexually violent Patrick.
Yeah, so it was. I really liked this. I thought it was, but I want to stress. I need to stress that it's not good. I don't think like because I think it hits.
I think it is good.
No, because it hits all the bits that it's supposed to, and I think it makes sense thematically, and I think like all those pieces are slotted together. But when it comes right down to it, the performances that all these kids are turning in are pretty like undercooked and like kind of like this.
I
is
wouldn't get on the
fucking
performances.
whatever.
I think that for everything that was making me roll my eyes in the beginning, eased off in a huge way by the end of it. And I guess that was, again,
Me too.
it's what makes me maybe think it was a little more on purpose, but I don't want to give it full credit for like kind of how we were saying, oh, I was supposed to be thinking, oh, they're kids who think that they're mature.
Yeah.
But it definitely chilled out on all the things that were like, this is not
Sure.
any sort of a real
I did get over
feeling.
myself. Like this, I felt like an active maturing of my personality in this movie because I was rolling my eyes like all the music that would cue up. And then I just fucking remembered, oh shit, I'm a 25-year-old man. This isn't for me anymore. Like
But
this was
yeah,
never for me.
Exactly. But also and to your like, I feel like if I met these people in real life, I would roll my eyes, even if they weren't movie characters.
Sure.
Like, so I know that's not what they were going for,
Mhm.
but like, I mean, they're just like the whitest, like most suburban, most middle class
Yeah.
people, or most upper middle class people ever. And it's
That's
like,
true.
oh yeah, that's
I
don't know.
I also like, I think it,
everything played a lot realer to me than I think it did to you guys. And
no, but it had me later on. That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
that was why it was interesting about it was that in the beginning I was so like, this is a glossy version of
That's
life.
exactly
And,
a
like,
perfect That's a perfect way. It's just such a movie. It is very glossy.
And it was fine, but I have a hard time looking over like with the way that teenagers talk to each other sometimes in movies. I'm like, that's such bullshit. Like,
Right.
That's just so annoying. Not that I'm a fucking culprit of that. I've watched some of our shit back and
Yeah.
some of the things that we've made, and my God,
What have we done?
But even the as far as like giving voice to certain, like it does a lot right in the sense of like the obvious things of, he's not a super effeminate personality. He's
Right.
like, he really just looks like some fucking teenager, which we talk about this all the time, that it's like, I've always felt like the things that are gonna, and now this movie, it is truly about him coming out. Like that's what the movie is. But when things are gonna start to shift is when it's like, yeah, he's the teenage character in the movie. He's gay, but it's not about that. It's about a fucking magic book. Like,
Yeah.
but he's gay as well. Like, it's just,
Mhm.
that's the thing. And there's, instead of the girlfriend, it's a boyfriend. And then
Absolutely.
that's fucking it. And there's not a thing. There's no persecution. There's no anything. It's just, here we go. Isn't that normal? Look at that.
Mhm.
And I liked what it did in a lot of, like, I feel like it did a good job as far as the, like, look how normal. Look at how whatever. This is just a person who feels this way.
No, I see what you're saying.
No, I like that they had also like a contrasting gay character in the movie.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, you kind of like, not need it, but just like, yeah. And no, I
But
almost said,
I see
but
what you're saying because it doesn't invalidate like the
Either
queer
side, yeah.
identity.
Exactly.
Where it says like, yes, you can be gay like this, and you
Right.
could be gay like this. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with your absolute sexuality.
Yes.
And
I liked the art. I liked when
And
he was
then-
telling the guy to like screaming about you took away that this was the thing that I was supposed to be able to do. Like that was one of those things where I was like,
That
I
was-
was so on board with him, but it was a new thing to me. Like I
Mhm.
hadn't, and obviously like it's not like it was shocking or something, but it was that whole idea of like, yeah, man, fuck that.
yeah.
And like I would hope that there are some people who would like digest that and be like, oh yeah, that's not anyone else's
Well,
business.
that's
or
why when
whatever. Like,
I'm sitting there and I'm watching that scene, I'm going, yes, like this is what people say about coming out, is that this is you announcing your identity to the world. And then it really hit me how many people don't know that, like, and don't process why it is a big deal to out somebody, like aside from the physical danger, like why that's such like a terrible thing to do. And I really hope that this is like a hearts and minds movie, because I'm thinking about it, and there's a lot of that in this movie that I'm seeing where I'm like, oh, I hope somebody who is ignorant saw that and like
But
understands.
Also, I do worry that like, I don't know, maybe this is my own like whatever, but I feel like someone ignorant might also see this movie and be like, oh, I could out someone. It's not that bad.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, I really don't think it was hard enough on Martin, kind
Right,
of.
but I think that they made it clear that like everyone was upset by the situation. Like nobody
Yeah.
was happy in the
Yeah.
end. Like nobody even it didn't turn out good for anybody.
I liked also using the drama teacher to come in and yell at those two assholes and be like,
Yeah.
it was like, because that was one of those things, like it's some moments in movies are the writer or someone literally fucking possessing a character and being like, I think this,
Yeah.
and then they back out, and that happened a couple. I think in
Right.
He just
him
roasted him.
Have you
He
ever gotten a
fucking-
pretend argument in the car?
that
when
was a
somebody doesn't
pretend.
exist?
Yes,
Yeah.
That's all movies are. They just do
Yeah.
that.
But that
in
scene in
sequence.
particular, that was exactly it, dude. That was why it felt so good too. You're like, yeah, that was everything you'd want to say to those fuckers. Like, hell yeah, you nailed it. And it
Also-
didn't feel
yeah.
because
And it
sometimes
was from a sassy black woman, which is how I view myself.
exactly. It's precisely. I've been meaning to tell you guys. I didn't know when to announce.
I love digital blackface, ladies and gentlemen.
Someone shared that article the other day.
What the fuck's digital?
But-
blackface?
We'll talk. We'll
Yeah,
talk about
whole
it.
thing. But fucking another little subtle thing I noticed. Weird first high school movie I've seen with a school play in it that didn't revolve around the play timeline wise.
Yeah,
Does that make sense? Like, I feel like, well, I guess
it like kind
it
of
kind
did,
of did,
but
but the play was just tertiary. Like, it didn't really.
it
I
was.
don't know. I feel like I've seen the play in a high school movie to simulate the time is passing. I think I've seen that a couple times, like where by the end of the movie they're like, "Oh, it's the premiere, and we've settled
Yeah,
the
but they-
situation."
They just didn't. I like that they didn't pay. The quality of the play didn't matter. They barely showed it. They just showed like that one like 10-second
Right.
clip of that song.
Right.
But like, I feel like another movie would have been like, we got to show how these kids got better at the play. It's like, nah, just they didn't. That's not.
Right.
What this is
I
about.
love the writer's room of just like, he's a gay kid, but he's not like, there's nothing super, he's not like outwardly gay. He's just like a normal kid. He's like, okay, so he doesn't do like he's not in drama club. Oh no, he's in drama club. No. I said he's a gay kid. You know what I mean? It's like he's in theater.
But he's not like good at it. They do make that
Right,
clear. He's
right.
like an extra practically.
Right. That's just, I don't know. It's good. Again, this is why it's like eventually when it's coming down to it, it's like it's up to too many good things to fault it too hard for the stuff that, I
Sure.
didn't quite.
I think that's why it's rated so highly on Rotten Tomatoes, because I mean, there are obviously like super harsh, like unfair critics or whatever, but I think like for the most part, the general consensus is like, what am I gonna like? Come on,
Sure.
Yeah,
Like,
which
it's
is
fine.
Well, because at the end of the day, Rotten Tomatoes is about like
It's an
what are the
aggregator, yeah.
flaws, not what's good about it. And when it's like when there are when you can't point out as many flaws, it's like by default a positive score.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I guess everything starts at 100.
I
And
also-
it's been
No,
it's
no,
been
no.
so long since I've seen like a young adult movie.
Yeah.
That I'm like, oh, this is refreshing and fun. You know what I mean?
And I'm all about them too. Like that's what's so funny is like that's my shit. Is
Sure.
like those.
Really?
Yeah, man. I mean, maybe it's just because it was like in me, my brain forming in a wrong way. Like those were like the
Maybe I'm
movies.
just stupid. Or
No,
like,
like what I was getting at was like I watched a lot of those kinds of movies where it was like and into varying degrees of
Sure.
quality. Like I would watch the shittiest ones and buy into them. I would watch the classic ones and buy into them. And this was like I'm so about these kinds of ones where it's just like the kids in a town doing a thing, and it's like not necessarily. I would of course someone needs to have powers
Yeah,
typically
of course.
for me to
there
be
needs to
full
be a
in.
book or powers.
Right.
You must have loved Chronicle.
Oh, brother. I mean, come on. Like, that shit was the, like, when, I don't remember what it was. It was like a YouTube trailer, like ad thing. And the trailer for Chronicle started playing, and I didn't know what it was. And I wanted to come.
No.
I was looking for like,
I mean, you were watching porn.
Porn, yeah,
but at the same time.
but yeah, Chronicle was exactly it. I mean, I have my own, there's shit with that movie that is it has the same thing sometimes of like, who is like that? Like,
Yeah,
who
teens
is
talking
this
to each
way?
other.
And also, can we, for God's sake, get done? Are we not done with high school parties
Oh, yes.
that are
house parties.
never
Okay.
gonna fucking never, ever,
But
never?
it is such an integral part of the high school experience. Like, it's
I didn't go to a
undeniable.
single fucking party in high school.
Yeah, but
Never.
I mean
they
more.
should change the setting. Like, I went to a lot of bonfires. Like,
Sure.
that
but
was our
but that's what
party
I mean.
thing.
More like I didn't mean not that we're done with the parties. I mean, you typically there's not the fucking kids are out by the pool and shit, and there's as much to drink as possible. Everything's
Yeah.
good. They have the fucking projector.
Where's
with
the
karaoke
one bedroom
setup.
condo?
True.
that, like every fucking
Yeah, the
college
floor
party
is bending on the
Yeah.
second
Yeah.
floor. Like, yeah. I don't know, but that was my little like. Every time that happens now in something, I'm getting a little more sick of it. Where it's like, and maybe you know what? Here's what it is I'm realizing I was a fucking loser. No one was asking me to come
we're
to parties.
Kind of losers.
Yeah, I'm a
'Cause
fucking
I went
dork.
to a lot of parties and there was a lot of alcohol in high school.
See, we didn't have that, man.
Maybe I guess I'm turning into like a fucking right winger as I get older because I'm just like, this is normalizing alcohol with teens.
It is
That's my
weird
first
sometimes.
thought.
I've not quite
And
caught.
caffeine, weirdly enough. Normalize like we're gonna
Dude,
get coffee. It's
they
like, you
talked
shouldn't be
about
drinking
coffee so
You're
fucking much in that
17.
movie.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like they were using it as a placeholder for like, let's get drinks.
Sure.
But like,
But then they also drank.
yeah, true, yeah.
Look at these kids
it was
destroying
at the
their
fucking
gut.
at the game at the like they were at the football game, and this is my adult
Let's
brain.
do meth.
This is my adult brain or whatever. But like they're at the football game. Simon's there with Abby, I think is her name, the black girl, and they're like talking about Lyle, and she basically teaches him how to be a black woman. Like, oh, he's so fine or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was a
That
good scene. Yeah, good
Yeah.
scene.
But and then
That's
she's
the gay
like,
man's
she
fantasy.
says, I'm gonna go get an iced coffee. I'll be right back. And I'm like, it's fucking 9 at night.
Sure.
What are you doing?
Oh, I
Like,
missed
it,
that was even what she said.
It pissed
oh,
me
that's
off.
crazy.
I don't know. Maybe she didn't like.
Oh my god.
But
You
it
were just
bothered
hearing
me that
throughout
they
the whole movie.
shoehorned in iced coffee so
Yeah.
much. Like,
Weird to also specify ice
Can we
coffee.
talk about some real shit that we can cut
Yeah.
fast? So I have this theory that like gay men, or I'm bisexual, so I can say this.
Oh,
I have a
me
theory.
too.
I have a
Yeah,
theory
I
that
didn't
gay
wanna-
men can, like, the idea is that for a black woman to take them under their wing and teach them, because I think that a lot of things that black or white women do that they steal from black women, they're actually stealing from gay men who have already stolen it from black women. That is my
Wait,
theory
say
about
that, Matt.
culture.
Let's say that last equation.
Here's my
again.
thing: when people get mad at white women for stealing black culture, for like black women's culture,
They're stealing it from
they're
gay men.
stealing it from gay men who have already stolen it from black men.
Yes.
That is my theory.
No,
on
no,
culture.
yeah, you're very right. I would even take it. Well, I remember there's like some tweet I saw where it's like culture originated with the gay black men, but I think it is just black women. I don't know why it said gay black men.
Sure.
But no, you're right. Yeah.
I don't know. I just wanted to cut. I just wanted to
No,
get
yeah.
that explosive social, like very dubious social science out there.
Yeah, no. And you were asking earlier about digital blackface. Basically,
Yeah,
it's like white people using memes
Right.
or using GIFs. Like that's the fucking.
Oh.
That's essentially it. But I kind of have like I don't know.
I think it's real. I think it's
it's
absolutely
real
true.
for sure, but also like it's fucking.
Yeah,
Sure.
I can
How
understand though.
Not my place to say, but how damaging is it? But I can definitely recognize
Yeah.
when like there's definitely
okay,
shit at
here's
play.
what.
Like when someone puts a black woman go, It's like
Yeah.
you're doing something.
That
right now.
I that
I know
that
You're going for
tell you what,
something.
I don't mind the GIF, but I do hate it when some like fucking like not New York is any city, but fucking some like high media journalists will be like,
Oh yeah.
"Oh, Trump, we not gonna take that," and I'm like, "You're a 49-year-old white woman in
God.
like Manhattan condo. Like, what are you saying?" And then she'll pair it with that GIF. So I'm getting so angry right now.
No, I know. I do know what you mean. It's usually like some 49-year-old.
It's the
like,
caption that's the problem. I don't care about
Yeah.
the GIF. You know.
there is something funky about the GIF. Like there is.
I know what you're
in the
smelling.
Hillary
Yeah, yeah.
camp. There is a lot of like white
Yeah.
women talking to other white women with GIFs of black women. It's like there is something funky about this.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if it's offensive necessarily, but whatever.
Yeah,
It's weird.
that's fascinating. Yeah.
But also, like, all the best memes are black, dude. I can't. It's like, what are you
true.
gonna fucking send Success Baby 8 times?
Well,
You
that
kinda
was
need-
the most insane thing about that, because that article that was going around where like it's explaining digital blackface, and it's like, yeah, I'm on board, but then she gets to the point where like instead of this, and it's like Michael Jackson eating popcorn, it's like use this, and it's Jon Stewart using popcorn. It's like, wait, what?
No.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm
that
not gonna
one's weird.
Skin color. Like I'm only gonna use. Isn't it more racist to dig
Yeah.
through your gifts to only find gifts of white
Yeah.
people to use?
That's way worse. Yeah, dude.
I feel like that's one of those weird, like, human things where everyone likes to blur lines, but you immediately know
Right.
what the not okay
Exactly.
version is.
Yes.
Like, you know what I
Sure.
mean? Like everyone,
yes.
you have that thing in your brain.
Right.
You know which one is it, which
But
it is.
I don't know. I don't think I think maybe like people really have a hard time developing like empathy and like naturally. I mean, not naturally, but kind of having a sense of, oh, this is a line.
Well, do
Like,
you know
and
what-
they need to be taught
do you know-
specifically where the line is instead of just kind of, man, fucking read the room. Like,
Well,
what-
I've also noticed it's even in my case, it's like sometimes it's not a lack of empathy. It's the truest version of the word ignorance of like, oh, I didn't even think that was a thing.
Sure.
Like, do you know what I mean? And it's not like it's better.
I guess
but
that's true.
You could
But
say
I
it's
mean,
maybe
it's
a more
also-
innocent like.
It's also very environmental. Like that's what
Sure.
it always is for me. Where it's like, especially coming from the comedy world, where it's like, yeah, I just talk about like fucking N words, this and S that, whatever, and then I just go into like my job, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's things I can't say here or do
Sure.
here. I think that has like the most to do with it, maybe. Like, I don't know. It's just where you're comfortable and what you get comfortable doing. And
Sure.
like, if you're trading black memes in a Hillary group like 50 times, like you're gonna get comfortable doing that, and then eventually
Sure,
you're gonna send
yeah.
it to like, I don't know,
Right.
you're gonna send like a message that's like, oh, he not doing that to like an actual black woman. They're gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh God,
That was
anxiety nightmare.
That was Hillary Clinton's. That was her whole campaign to get black women on board. She's like, everyone's going to use black women gifts,
Yeah.
and all the black women will see it and go, "Oh, this is where I'm supposed to be." They're using the gifts
Yeah,
of me,
great.
so this is where I get.
I've gotten big on using the gifts that are like a thing happening, and like it's not even a person. It's like
Oh, absolutely.
like cement being poured or whatever to insinuate like a big shit.
Yeah. No,
Or like, you know what I mean?
I know. I
Or,
understand.
the,
only
or the
use-
drizzle on a donut.
Yeah.
The only gifts I send are Andrew WK because he has a bunch of them,
Does he
and
really?
they're like great. He has one for every occasion.
I've never
Just
se-
get
oh,
on
yeah.
Giphy and
just
look up
type in
Andrew WK. You'll never need to use words
Who's the
again.
dude from Dawson's Creek?
Not Andrew. I don't know who that is.
Dawson.
James Vanderbeek?
Yes.
Oh.
Do you remember?
wow.
Because he was
Can't
one of the
believe I knew
first people that I ever remember doing that, like making gift sets of
that.
themselves.
Oh, he has that one where he's like he has a fucked
like
up face.
that was
yeah.
the first one of those that I remember, and I guess it was a meme for a minute. Whatever. What the fuck?
What did we?
I
Yeah,
remember
Love
this. I remember.
Simon.
what did we do?
Oh, love Simon. We talked about gay men to black women to digital blackface.
Sure.
I followed that. If it's
Gotcha.
racial, I could follow it.
Yeah,
We never get
I
that
guess
racy on
that
beef, but it
tracked.
might be-
Mhm.
Whatever.
but yeah, man. It's good. It. Again, I am not like it's not super hard when it's a testament to the movie of it being even marginally real or something, feeling like a genuine human connection thing. I'm gonna cry.
Right.
I will.
Mhm.
I cried when he first ran upstairs when he found out that they posted it and the sister came up and stuff and was like she was like trying to
Yes.
talk to him and he was
Yeah.
angry and like
Right.
I just was like the movie made my fucking heart thump
Yep.
a lot actually, like in just the when he was nervous or when he thought he was meeting like when he thought he knew who it was or whatever.
Mhm.
At the end of it when he was waiting, I was like anxious. I was like, yeah. Which is, I mean, I know that's like on purpose, but it's nice when a movie, especially when it's a movie that's truly just like you're saying these teen whatever movies, when those actually get a thing out of you.
Yeah.
I find that like pretty
Absolutely.
impressive.
I like I went in with the movie spoiled for me. I knew who it was at the end, so that kind of sucked.
Yeah.
So, but then he walked in on them making out, and that threw me for a loop, and like it kind of just like it just undid all that. So
Yeah,
it was
that's
very
awesome.
weird. I had a point about that, but I can't fucking remember.
I like that. I
My
like that
friends
as well.
lied to me. That's what I thought. I spent half the movie
Oh,
hating my friends.
That's another thing. His friends are way too hard on him. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
That was really weird, right?
Why did you lie to us? It's like, well, is everything fine now?
It's like my entire like identity and
Sure.
world changed. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Don't you? You're so stupid. I was in love with you. It's like, way to make it all about you. Lady.
Yeah. Also, you guys are gonna break up in 6 months. Like, I don't.
This
you're-
is high school.
that your thing. Like, I wanted to just walk into the movie and be like, "Oh, your relationship means nothing. Focus on your friend." Like,
Yeah,
don't know.
I did have that, and I was like, "Am I just doing that thing of like?" Because again, you in movie logic, that fine. Like, we're at the point where okay, everybody's mad at him.
Mhm.
Right.
It's everything sucks, and they don't get it. Okay, fine, I'll deal with that for now. But like when they walked away from him when he was trying to pick them up,
yeah.
I was like, "Damn, dude! Like, way to not fucking have any sympathy that his whole dome was breaking
Like,
in half."
he also
like,
spent all of Christmas break alone. Like, like when you really do the math on that time.
Right.
So he was just, and then they were like, "We were worried about you, but also fuck you, man." Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? I hated that shit.
yeah.
I don't think I've
Another-
ever been mad at any of my friends for like more than 2 days.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's just no matter what I'm angry about, it fades.
I really hate being upset with people.
Yeah.
Wait, no,
Who does?
I actually was right the year after high school, and it's so dumb now looking back. I liked a girl, and she liked my best friend, and I didn't talk to him for a year, but it wasn't even his fault, and he didn't know why.
Oh man.
So I guess shit like that does happen. But
Yeah,
I'm also
teenager
like,
wise.
yeah,
Yeah.
teenagers are fucking stupid, but like,
crazy
yeah,
people.
Yeah, I'm stupid.
Yeah,
I'm
you are
stupid now.
stupid.
yeah, sure.
How do you guys feel about a predicted text movie review?
I
And
think we should do it.
we'll
Do
cut
it.
this up. Hey, you know this game, right? Got your predicted text. Basically, the way this works is that we punch in the name of the movie, which is Love Simon. Is it Love, comma Simon, or
Yes.
Love Simon?
Love, Simon.
Love Simon would be a very fun game. Kiss.
Kiss,
Hug.
blow.
Suck me.
Kiss, blow. Fuck. Man, curses are fucking
Dude,
sweet.
they're so good.
I love
God
cursing.
damn it. Oh, I didn't explain how the game works.
We all know.
Well, it's for the audience.
The
Anyone who might be
audience.
listening. Basically, we write the name of the movie, and then using our predicted text on our phone, we build a review about the movie. And it's the perspective is what our phone. Okay.
I gotta this. I like this.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
I feel like yours are like I've heard a couple of yours are like fucked up, but mine are I don't know. You type some fucked up stuff.
I don't. It's the phone, man. Don't blame me.
All right.
You ready, Damo? Okay. We'll start it off with Yusef.
Oh, love Simon, but I'm sure you will get the money from the people that are coming over tomorrow. So I'll give y'all the heads up, and then I'll bring some wine.
Hell yeah.
So me and Simon are getting, we're getting into it.
This may be the most like accurate one that I've gotten
Okay.
so far. Love Simon had to do with a big group and a big party in the middle class that was not a big deal.
Holy shit.
That is the movie. Like, what the fuck?
That's really good.
I mean,
fucking crazy.
Wow.
That's the movie. Like,
Mine is Love Simon is a great idea, and I will be there for the meeting on Thursday at the latest and greatest snake.
Which is just fucking, just Darren's game.
Yes.
It's just poisoned your phone. Like, how many times you've typed greatest snake?
greatest.
Our friend,
snake?
I guess I'll have to plug that. I'll plug it at the end of the episode. Yeah,
Plug
our
it
friend
right now.
Darren created a tabletop game. We'll plug it at the end.
It's called the
called
greatest
the
snake.
It's called The
Snake?
Greatest
Okay.
Snake. I think the Kickstarter is up now. It's a really cute game.
I don't know if it's up now, but it's coming.
Yeah.
We'll
I got a
post about
prototype copy, so we'll do
Oh,
I got a
got it in my
greatest
car right
snake
now.
that's coming for you.
Hey.
Yeah. My dick is a snake.
Oh.
No, you don't understand. My dick is a snake.
It has teeth and everything.
Okay, we're gonna do a three-headed critic.
Oh, right.
On
More
Love,
games.
Love Sheeman and Love
Come
Love
on.
Hina, and we will go around the circle.
Oh.
And we'll start with me, Yusef, Dom, me, Yusef, Dom.
A movie called Love
Me.
Xena, where she's writing to Hercules.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
That's stupid. Okay.
That's a pun on Love Hina, so we're going off.
Yeah, it's not even.
Love
It doesn't even
He-Man.
work on the.
I do love Xena. Whatever.
Dove Simon. I'm gonna do Dove Simon when I get home. It's just the kid, but it's on the head of
Yeah.
He's on a bird.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
thought he
do
was just using soap.
What's the dating? What's
Just
the
washing
dating
himself.
sim where you date birds? You know what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
Leisure Suit Larry.
Yeah, hot to full boyfriend is Dove Simon.
Dove Simon.
What did you say?
Leisure Suit
Yes,
Larry.
it's okay.
All right, what was the order?
Mario Brothers. I guess it starts with me. I'll start with Love
Simon.
Began
with
boy
who
Couldn't
remember
that
he,
was
gay.
but
at
The
end
of
the
film
love
becomes
his.
baby.
boy.
That was a bad one.
All right,
I also couldn't even like by the time we got halfway through it, I didn't remember how we started it.
Okay. We'll start Dom, Yusef, me, Dom.
Okay. When
It
Began
Simon
was
alive.
enough
to
Be
strong
and
gay.
I knew it. I knew you had to get it.
Oh yeah.
it was in the beginning.
Or when it began.
When it began, Simon was
Right.
alive and strong enough.
Alive enough to be strong and gay.
Oh, God.
Well, it started when it began. I thought you were gonna go when spring became the summer. I thought that's where you were gonna go with that.
What is that a song?
It's Sweet Caroline,
Oh,
the white
okay.
people national anthem. How do you not know that?
I thought the White People National Anthem was the national anthem.
Oh yeah.
Still got it. I don't know
Hell yeah,
what that
dude.
even
Do we
means.
want to do a third one for safety?
Yeah,
And
let's
we'll
do it.
Okay, we'll do Yusef, me, Dom. Yusef. Okay, start off.
Gay
Was
Never.
okay. No, I don't want to do this one. Let's change it. I don't want to do this one. Let's start over.
I love the idea of like somebody just going up to somebody with a sign that says "gay is okay." Gay was never okay. Take that sign down.
Not now. Not ever.
Okay, we'll start off. Let's just start off again. One word.
This
Was
About
1
hour
and
45
minutes.
thus
I
Would
Sleep.
tight.
after
Watching.
My
plants.
Your what?
Plants.
Become.
dead.
Meat.
And. And.
I forget what the beginning
the
was.
beginning was even.
It was an hour and 45 minutes. Thus,
Thus,
I would sleep tight after watching my plants
become
dead meat. And.
I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, I don't think I got a good one. It'd be
All right.
gay was never okay is the only cohesive one, and that is just bad.
Yeah.
This is it.
Okay. This is it. This is the
I'm
one.
having fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me too.
This one's it.
Okay,
Okay.
this is the money.
If
I
Were
to
touch.
a
man
I
would
want
him
to
say
think
about
your
life
you
son
of
a
wonderful
woman.
period.
if I
were
would
to touch a man,
I would want him to say, "Think about your
your
life,
life,
you son of a wonderful woman." Love Simon.
I love Simon.
you're
Yeah,
all bad.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Yusef, for joining
Yeah.
us.
dude, thanks for having me again. This is so fucking fun.
Do
You
you
guys
have-
are the best.
Do you have a plug? Any shows coming up?
Nope. Oh, I mean, when
Anything
does this
cool?
come out?
What are you working on? Did you
I'm
just-
going to Boise this weekend.
Oh, cool.
Sick.
Yeah.
Are you doing comedy in Boise? Or you're just
Yeah.
gonna be in Boise.
Yeah, I'm gonna be at the Treefort Music Festival. So go to
Nice.
Liquid Laughs at 8:15 on Friday, the 23rd,
Oh, that rules.
20, and then Saturday at 10:15, the 20th. Yeah,
that-
just go to the Treefort website.
Is that a work thing or a you thing?
Kind of both, but I'll talk about it later.
That's cool.
Sorry, tennis is canceled tomorrow. Big deal for me.
Mm.
I know whatever you said was also a thing, but
Yeah.
it's just
Sure.
point being, I'm not going to be able to fucking play tennis.
Okay.
Interesting plug.
And if you're in Los Angeles on April 6th,
Good.
if you're in Los Angeles April 6th at the Clubhouse on Vermont, I think 8 o'clock, I'm giving a presentation on my favorite meme, which is Loss. So don't miss that. If you just happen to be in the area, you can come
Okay.
see
is
the
that
show.
that fucking internet one?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Josh Frollinger's show.
Cool,
He's
man.
Very funny internet blog guy.
Hell yeah.
Like him. Oh yeah, and if you like what we heard here, please go to www.patreon.com/reasonable beef and give what you can. $1 gives you access to bonus beef, which we'll record shortly.
Oh, are we doing that?
I don't know. It's late. Maybe we'll do it Sunday. We'll see how we feel. All right. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.
See ya.
All right,
Solange.
man.
Mhm.
Solange Knowles.
Are you going to go kiss?
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna get some kisses.
Sick.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
Dude, hell yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. It's all good.
This is awesome.
I'll send it